What's up, guys? What's up, guys? Um, so you guys know that I'm fascinated by people's journey on YouTube, their first subscribers, the 10th subscriber, 100th subscriber, when did they start, and so forth and so on. But above everything above beyond and everything, I like what what's up. I like and I'm interested in why people choose their channel names. Right? Please share with me, why did you choose the name? Why did you choose this particular name that you're using? Roblox Flashy, what's up? Alan Ted, the team, memory of our grandma. Rest in peace, Granny. Rest in peace. MXG girl is back, ladies and gentlemen. She's back. What's up? What's up? Um, Julio Cesar, Vendes Pinto. The name of my channel is Julio because my school, every single school, use the real name, real picture photo. All right, Julio Cesar. Okay. I'm interested. I'm interested in Nadia. Yo, I'm here for more. What's up, Dylan? What's good? What's good, Dylan? I feel like when people relate to my name, because you can choose what fandom to stick to. That's why I choose it. That one person who can stick to one fandom. You're right. I'm a GOT fan. I'm a Harry Potter fan. I'm an Arsenal fan. I really can't stick to one fandom either. My channel name is MXG Girl because BTS. Yep, I'm the fan. BTS fan is in the building. All right, all right. It's written Mochi. Oh, oh. Remember, I plan on changing my name to Rocket Second Item, something like that. Nadia, my YouTube channel name. We called Arsenal is the best. Oh, Nadia. Cat next door. Lunch meeting. Mm, Join from browser. Slow and a snail. Allow. Participant one. Where's my friend? Mm, allow. Mm, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Is there anything more terrible than cold coffee? or cold tea. What's happening here? What's happening? What's happening? Nadia, cat next door. You didn't add enough sugar, my friend. You should put in a lot of sugar, like a lot of sugar. Incrementium, what's up? What's up? Where's Incrementium? Are you ready? Nikhil, what's up? What's up? How are you, my friend? How are you, Nikhil? I'm from your brother. Yeah, start this meeting. Okay, okay, okay. Oh, Incrementium. Where's my friend Incrementium? Dylan, UK for Australia for which is transfer language, and Bulgaria for skiing. I love Bulgaria too. Right. Which is I need here. Nation copy. All right, all right, all right. Guys, who has Zoom? Who has Zoom? Who here has Zoom, 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 Zoom? Who here has Zoom? Who here has Zoom, guys? You can't just play survival. I just sent you something on your email, Incrementium. I think you're. Red Blue. What's up? What's up? What's up, buddy? What's up? All right, guys. Mhm. That's the Zoom meeting. Let me see which one of you has Zoom. Who here has Zoom, 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 Zoom? I think we're gonna. I just sent Incrementium some funny thing there. So I just got a phone call. All right. All right, buddy. All right. Oh, Nadia. Nadia, why are you still talking to Incrementium? I thought yesterday we agreed that you are not to talk to engaged fellas. These engaged fellas, you should be talking to single guys like us. And uh, hey, Jess. Jess, where did Jess go? Should be talking to Dylan. You should be talking to Lemon Bear Pie. Those are the kinds of people that you ought to be talking to. Nadia, you're not going to be able to have so like I did last night. Yeah, it's tough. Tomorrow it's Monday for you. What are you doing on Monday, Dylan? What are you doing Monday? School. What time are you supposed to be in school, Dylan? What time are you supposed to be in school? It's already Monday for you, right? Oh God. Great Britain, yeah. I'm trying to record Zoom while I'm juggling the call. I'm having difficulty. Take your time, take your time. A job interview. Oh, Nadia, we are about to run into money. All right? You're gonna take us all out for drinks. I drink Coca Cola or Sprite. Drinks on Nadia when she gets the job, guys. Drinks is on Nadia. You will get that job, right? I know you're gonna get it. You better get that job. Drinks on Nadia, guys. Nikki, I need a job in Australia. Can you help me? I'm from India. My friend Incrementium is in Australia. Incrementium. Nikhil here wants a job. I cannot believe I'm already in my secondary school. Time flies. Time does fly. Nikhil. Incrementium has to do something. He just has to. Find a job. Everybody here. Everybody loves Australia. It's like a vacation. Yo, Will, what's up? Will just hopped into. Mm, let's go video that. Will just hopped into the chat this side on Zoom, Zoom, Zoom. There's a government has said that list high priority fields be worth looking into. Yo, Will is juggling 10 platforms at once. Yo, you're a plate spinner, Will. I don't know you're a plate spinner, Will. Ladies and gentlemen, Will the plate spinner. Many, many, many plates. Hey, Will. Allow, allow. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, Will.
Hey, it's okay. There we go. Hey.
Are you good? Are you good?
Yeah, pretty good.
Now you know how to use Zoom.
Working out. I realized I was thinking, wait, you said that these classes are, wait, no, it's because I have the screen call coming through as well as the audio, so like using it goes quick.
Guys, I'm chatting with Will. Are you on Zoom, like on your computer or on the phone? I'm chatting with Will on two platforms. Isn't this crazy?
I'm on the computer.
You're on the computer. All right, guys. Uh,
Yeah, but
so basically,
like I always get stuck with like my phone. That'd be nuts.
oh, okay. So basically, what's
I
gonna
think
happen
there's a
is,
little lag.
sorry,
Oh, I was gonna say there's a bit of lag there for a second.
there's a little lag,
If
yeah,
like
right?
if there's any like audio, yeah, if there's any audio problems like I'm talking over you, it's probably because it's lagging a bit because it's going like right around the world to Australia.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so we shouldn't make this a video call. Should we just make it an audio call?
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, if you turn your video off, that might help the connection a bit.
All right. Hey guys, can you guys hear Will on the on the Zoom call this side? Oh my god, we are finally putting a voice behind the character after all this time. Oh, okay. Everybody can hear you,
Yeah,
Will.
that was my first thought. I was like, oh, can they hear me? Can
Yeah. So basically, I just wanted to try it out, and then after, I'm sure we are not talking anything serious, but after we can take this in a private setting, discuss a few things, what
yeah,
we'll be talking about, and then probably after we agree on a couple of things, we can just stream it and just have the conversation
yeah,
live and have everybody comment on how you sound like. Can do you guys were you guys expecting him to sound the way he's sounding? Yeah, he's not a bot. Can you believe it, Julio? He's not a bot. I thought I was talking to a bot this whole time.
No, no, I'm just one of those uncanny valley bots where I'm like so hard to tell because it's like where I'm like I'm the middle ground.
So, have you watched the movie Australia? Well,
I actually haven't seen it. I've been meaning to watch it for ages, but
are you kidding?
yeah, how un-Australian of me. I haven't seen it.
Are you kidding? Okay. Another question. I have a couple of questions here. How big is the biggest spider you've ever seen?
Um, in person
In
or
person,
like
yeah.
something.
Oh my God, you are a plane juggler. You are responding in real time this side.
Yeah. I was actually just thinking, I'm like, oh no, people are sending these strategies to me very quickly as well. Biggest spider I've seen. It's really funny, like ironic, because when you're talking about YouTube stuff, like one of the things that I was trying to think of, like what could I make to be interesting? It's like for people like the Australian stuff, so like I'll make a video about big ass spiders because everybody loves them.
Yeah,
Um, the biggest
yeah.
one I've seen is probably about as big as my hand.
As big as your hand.
Like I'm talking like finger stretch. Yeah.
Damn, 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 damn. Like in your house or out in public.
Oh no, this is a house spider because one of the things people don't realize.
Crap,
So with spiders,
crap, crap, crap.
so
I'm
you know how like
cringing.
spiders get bigger around the light sources and stuff. Like people think oh it's because the light attracts insects and they have more food.
Uh
It's
huh.
actually not that. What it is that they've studied it and the light warms up the spider. The spider isn't using energy to it keeps like regulated body temperature.
Uh
The
huh.
energy then is redirected into growth instead. So the reason they get bigger is the food body plays into it as well, but
Oh,
the biggest
oh,
factor is actually the heat.
oh.
So you get similar results if you just have like spiders in more places. So yeah, they do tend to get big too in places like houses where it's warmer.
Firstly, that makes some kind of sense. Secondly, it's just typical of Will to have these facts at the tip of his fingers. I was like, oh, okay, that kind of makes sense. But why do you have these weird facts? I've heard about all these weird creatures. Nobody's ever talked to me about temperature regulation and stuff like that. And I'm always out listening to such things. I like those interesting little factoids.
Yeah, I think it's like I don't think you necessarily go looking for it. It's just kind of like oh, this is interesting, or like another one or something is like oh somebody else will find this really interesting and sort of thing. So my brain just kind of acquires all this information to sort of be stimulating a conversation.
Yeah.
Sometimes, well, very often it derails it a lot, but
A situation. Oh, Nikhil is really crying out for help here. Incremental. People like Australian jobs.
big ass spider.
I think all over Facebook, I always hear people advertising Australia jobs and stuff like that. Jobs in Australia. It's COVID. Do people travel to Australia? Only residents go back to Australia. Yeah, as big as his
Oh
hand.
yeah, I catch spiders in my hand. So the thing you got it for those ones is like they can bite you, but the venom's not dangerous. It'll make you. It's like being being a bit drunk or something. It'll make you a bit sick, but it's not going to kill you, sort of thing.
Oh my
And the big
god.
thing with spiders, especially in Australia, is what makes them risky is when they're like scared. Like so if you freak out, they freak out because they're
Oh
worried
my
about you,
god.
kind of thing. Whereas if you're calm, they stay calm and they're fine. You know what I mean? It's like don't startle animals and they won't go crazy. It's pretty universally true for most animals.
Isn't that like what they say about if you have a tire burst on the road, don't hit the brakes? But that's the first thing I want to do when I when there's a tire burst. I want to brake. Like if I see a big spider, I want to run, I want to scream, I want to do all those things.
Nah, it's like snakes, spiders, all those things. Just keep remain calm, slowly back away, and then panic.
Oh my goodness. So this is a regular thing. Do you run into
But ironically,
sorry?
I was gonna say with spiders, actually, one of the interesting things is the bigger they are, is actually with the bigger spiders, it's actually usually better the bigger a spider is, usually means it's not a venomous one. It's like a spider that eats things by wrestling them. So
Okay.
like bigger spiders, it's like tarantulas is a good example. Tarantulas do have venom, but they're not very venomous.
These big tarantula based movies, your snakes on the plains. I don't like creepy crawlers. I really don't.
Eight-legged freaks.
Eight legged freaks, man.
So I guess this is a specific like thing with me that I hate this movie, not because of the giant spiders, because it's unrealistic. The way that insects and spiders work, they don't have like internal muscles, they do roller pressure. So if you get a giant spider, you get a chance to punch a hole in it, sort of thing. You lose the pressure, and then once that pressure is broken, it's like scattered shot punch a hole.
There's a spider in my room right now, and my sister's freaking out so much. Exactly, that's the thing you're supposed to do. Exactly, Dylan. Oh my God. Okay, well, I believe I hear what you're saying, and it makes a whole lot of sense. These are just interesting little factoids that come in handy, and I wish you could just start a YouTube channel and start just putting your voice out there, your opinion, your insights, everything.
I think it's one of the thing I was saying yesterday. Is like the problem is that big. It's like these things all work well when you're bouncing off somebody else who's already saying something, but when you just kind of like here's an interesting fact on its own, together into like a full thing. It's about one topic or something.
Yeah, but that's why I believe that let it drive you. Don't try to get ahead of it. Like if you start off making like 10 seconds videos or 1 minute videos, then just start there and see where that goes. It will lead to other things. I'm not that guy who says start a spider based channel or a car based channel. Just start with things that you find interesting. Let it lead you to whatever that it needs to lead you to.
I think it's something that happens a lot with YouTubers as well. They'll start in like kind of one genre or one sort of, then like by the time they actually get to the point where like they're recognized or they've got like decent topics, like the number of views started like reading out Reddit threads or whatever sort of thing, and then they get
Yeah,
into a very or something.
yeah. Yeah, you're right. But I run into that problem too. Like that's why I'm kind of now getting to the form that I kind of want. I want the podcast. I want short clips. I want a little live session by the end of the day. So just those three segments on my channel should be enough for now. But at first, I really didn't know
Yeah,
what to do or whatever. So that's why I'm saying, isn't it? Elon Musk said when he started, they took the chases from the Lotus, and he based the Tesla off of Lotus, right? But then a year later, it was giving him problems. He says he should have just started off from scratch, just a plain piece of paper. It could have been easier had he done it that way. But because you don't know where your inspiration will come from, just start. That's what I'm trying to say. Just
yeah,
start.
and also it's like he only knows that now because he took the
Because
gamble and just
yeah,
started like trying to build things
exactly,
but never got anywhere.
exactly, exactly,
It didn't work out.
exactly. So, man, I like well, and immediately you catch on into these things, and I'm like, okay, that's a great catch. That's a great catch. I think you should definitely have a podcast to talk about me.
Podcast and stuff bouncing off each other.
I Black Widow lives. Oh man, I'm gonna watch the Black Widow movie. I love Marvel. I'm gonna take my old brother. I hope. When is it? Is it in 2 weeks or something? I love Scarlett Johansson. I love Marvel. So
Well, on that topic, Scarlett Johansson, one of her earliest movies, Eight-Legged Freaks, like doubly back slightly, is like that's one of her first movies that I'm aware of. That's like where she's like you can recognize it as Scarlett Johansson. And I find that very fascinating watching her like in hindsight, where she's now like
yeah, yeah, you're right. I think somehow she never popped up. I think I just remember what's that famous guy who directs romantic movies. I just remember Scarlett from with with John Travolta.
To me, that one with Tom Hanks, the one that's in the airport. Like
What's that?
Lost in Translation. I find it. She's in Lost in Translation.
She's in Lost in Translation.
I think so.
Man, I should pull up her IMDb. I love
Yeah,
Scarlett.
she's
I
pretty
can't
good.
believe she got married to that guy from Saturday Night Live. I was so crashed, so devastated. Let me see. Oh my God. Well, where do you get your? Uh, I think you do. You know General Specific from Sheep in the Big City? You know General Specific. Of course, you know General Specific. Yeah, I think you are a good all rounder, which makes you a great conversationalist. So come on, man, just talk to your friends, bring them on your channel, just have interesting conversations, just talk to random people on the internet. I think you do great, man. You have general knowledge, interesting general knowledge, right? And it links together well. So far that I have talked to you, it links together well. You're like, okay, that it's not just secluded in its regions. You intermingle it really well. Am I making sense?
The thing always yeah, the thing always catches me out is like there's lots of bits and some of them are connected. There's always like I can't think of a good example, but there are a few specific gaps where I'm just like I have no idea about any of this thing. Someone else can help me out. But there are.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Her name was Charlotte in Lost in Translation. Eight-legged freaks. Oh my god.
Yeah, and she's like there's like two main characters in that movie from what I understand, and it's like basically because I've seen bits and pieces of it like when it's been on TV or something, and it's just like oh so a lot of this because it's like a small set in the airport, it's like a lot of the conversations is like conversations between people like having it in that one setting. It's like
Yeah.
few movies do that where they really restrict the setting so it becomes more a lot more about the actual people and the characters in that setting and less
Yeah.
about what's going on outside of that.
I actually love that. I used to be big on that. That's why I hated the Fast franchise. Nowadays, I've gotten on the bandwagon. I used to love the acting. Yeah,
I kind of have this weird thing with Fast and Furious, like it's sort of the other way, where it's like I liked it early on, and now
you,
I'm like, oh, this is getting a bit silly, but then it's like, well, I can enjoy the silliness. It's not as good storytelling it used to be.
I actually heard somebody saying, I hear Vin Diesel is quietly becoming a billionaire from the first franchise, and he's not making a lot of noise. So he doesn't act.
If you see Vin Diesel's like social media, he's not doing it quietly.
He's not doing it quietly. I'm not a.
He does this stuff where like he randomly just does like like live streams, just like he's like oh I'm just hanging out with these people in the Fast and Furious movie, and then it's kind of like oh yeah like it's like they turn the goddamn camera off and trying to have a casual drink, and it's just yeah.
uh, oh my god.
Sorry, I got you off. What are you saying?
Yeah. No, I was just saying. It's funny. You got off the first franchise. I think I got on later. Now I'm like, okay, The Rock. They have beef. Tyrese keeps crying. There's a little bit of drama. It's about to end. I think now it's more interesting
Oh yeah,
than
because they're like tying it up finally, aren't they? Because there was a period of time where it's kind of just like, oh yeah, these are just gonna keep happening things until people stop watching them.
dudes. It's like, yeah. You're right. You're right.
I was gonna say, I was like, I'm not like no on the bandwagon. The bandwagon I was on, I realized, oh, this is the direction this wagon's going to change.
Oh, okay. So, are you a fan of the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
I am, but I like it's this thing of I've got to be very careful talking about it because I haven't seen Endgame, and I'm desperately
Are
terrified
you
of spoilers
kidding?
for
What
it
are
when
you
it comes
waiting
out
for?
now. Okay, so it's really funny and stupid. So what happened was I hadn't seen it when it came out, and I was like, okay, so when I do watch it, it's a big sort of movie, so I want to make it like a
Yeah.
understand the cinema experience.
Yeah.
And then that kept going off, and then basically at some point, me and my fiance made like this thing, like, oh, we'll watch it together. And then we just watch it while we were here like last year, or the year before. And now I'm just like, well, shit, I've got to wait for we to watch it together now. And that goes 2 years.
Oh man.
But
You're
yeah,
holding out. When did it come out? Like 2 years ago. What's up, epic
oh yeah,
person?
like it's got to be longer than that. It feels like it was like it was a big period where I had to just like avoid everyone on the internet because people would just like throw a casual like game reference into their video. I was like, fuck, that's sorry. Probably should be careful about the swearing. Australians are quite liberal with curse words.
Oh.
But
Oh,
yeah, I
okay.
was like terrified of Google when it came out. Okay, yeah, 2019, so it's like 3 years.
Yeah, almost 2 years now.
No, no, over. Its release was 29th of April, so it's just over 3 years.
Oh, just over. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, we've already passed April. Oh my goodness. I have to go. All right. All right, Dylan. All right.
Nice, Elder.
Oh, okay. So this is cool. Like I'm saying, so basically I think what we have to agree on is just the time that's suitable for you, and we'll just have a conversation and basically just stream it. Hopefully we there won't be any. I think I'm not one person to try to put you on the spot. If there's anything that you particularly would not like to talk about, we can you can just go ahead and email.
I'm pretty open to like discussion. Sometimes it's more like my concern is more that if I start talking about a topic I'm not educated on and accidentally offend somebody without realizing them, you know what I mean? But you know, I'm pretty much open to any
Oh,
topic,
okay.
and pretty much I'm not sure. Oh, sorry, go on.
Okay. I just feel as long as there's this underlying intention of do no harm, you
Yeah,
can always inadvertently hurt somebody's feelings. Maybe when they come in midstream and hear you making a joke or something like that. But I don't think that's a big problem. I don't think that's a big
yeah,
problem,
yeah.
right? So other than that,
I
sorry.
was gonna say as far as times and stuff, like this time of day is actually like I'm not sure what time it is there, like you at the moment, but like
Uh-huh.
this time of day, like anything around here works pretty well for me because it's like just coming up to 11 a.m.
All
So
right.
like, unless I like stayed up late like an idiot and I'm asleep sort of thing, then yeah, pretty much anything around this time works for me sort of thing.
Dil-
But if there's another time that works better for you, I'm pretty flexible. So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. No, this time is perfect. It's time. It's perfect. Your brains flakes. I just love YouTube names. This is all interesting. Incrementium, epic person, brains flakes, random person. This is fantastic. uh, I have. Let me ask you this, Will, before I let you go. I just wanted to try this format on you to see if you'd be comfortable airing out your voice. I know
yeah, yeah.
sometimes it gets to people.
It's weird actually being like on a live stream because it's kind of thing of just like it's like, but not like in a bad way. It's just kind of like, oh, I'm on a live stream.
Yeah, it's kind of
Like I
strange,
don't
right?
feel like I'm talking.
It's kind of
Yeah,
strange.
yeah.
Yeah. So what I want to ask is this: you know how they say for a car to move, the internal combustion of an engine, you have to there have to be restrictions and the piston movement only up and down type of thing that creates perpetual movement, right? It creates the movement of the car. You have to have these restrictions in order to function, in order to move. So I do wonder, in a world where I can come out as they, them, and what, I'm sorry, it's I'm not trying to
Yeah, it's like
offend.
where pronouns have become
Yeah, like
just sort of
uh,
mainstream
so
at the moment.
in
Yeah.
that kind of world where labels are a tough thing right now and stuff like that, do you think eh, I think I saw some big think interview or something conversation about how options are a fallacy, right? Like choice, there really isn't a lot of choice. I do wonder,
Oh,
would you have a kid, have them grow up without a name, and they name themselves after that? I think that's why I find these things like, isn't it better just to work with what you have? I will tie that later in a later conversation to adaptation and Darwinism. You just have to adapt. I think once some of these things, you just have to take them on as they are and just move forward. But if you are given the platform,
yeah,
like, what is your name? If you have to choose your name, you have to go on, look at people's names, decide before you know who you are. I think it just overcomplicates things. This whole thing to have too
yeah. It's
many
like
varieties.
you need something to sort of like some kind of structure, like a baseline structure sort of thing, where it's
Yeah,
like okay, you don't know what's going on, but then sort of build out from it. I think it's the thing is when it's like the we start running into problems when it starts running into rigidity. It's sort of like you need some kind of like starting point. So
yeah,
these
yeah,
people aren't kind of floundering, just trying to figure it out with from nowhere. But at the same time, it's like yeah, you don't want to lock anybody into it. You need to give them sort of adapt as they
yeah,
get new information and sort of change what they think is yeah.
yeah. I I do, I think Steven Pinker was talking about it, Michael Gladwell. So I'll properly phrase it when we're having a decent conversation. It ties into the same thing that you remarked about the whole Lotus and Elon Musk thing. For you need to have that foundation. You need to have something, but to make it up, to make up everything as you go, I think it just gives us way too much to do in our lives. And
I'm trying to remember the movie. There's a movie. I think it's got the guy from Home Improvement. I forgot his name. With the Tom something. I forget. Anyway, it's like it's this movie, and like in the movie, he has a kid with school, and he ends up being like a researcher of like a remote tribe kind of thing. And
uh-huh,
she like he doesn't realize she's pregnant when they break up and stuff. So she goes away. You know, he gets this thing later, like, oh, I have to tell you something. You have to come see me, kind of thing. And it's about his like kid that she raised while he was there. But like
uh-huh.
the tribal tradition is they pick their own names when they're little. So the kid's name that he goes by essentially is like I can't remember what it is in the movie because he says it's the native language, but it basically translates to catfish. Like
It
his name is
translates to
Leo, but
what?
it's more with catfish.
Okay.
I forget what the movie is. It's where you're talking about like picking your own name and stuff like that earlier on. It's like
Yeah,
don't let children pick the name because they're gonna pick something they're gonna regret later.
yeah, yeah. So I don't know. I these kind of things. That's why I find you so interesting. You see, I've come up with something, and it's already in your wheelhouse somewhere. I think I think you're so interesting. If you weren't happily engaged, I know the perfect girl for you. I have a friend who who can't seem to settle down. Right. Another thing. One last question. Right. Why am I blanking out on
Yeah.
this? Um, you know how I think for a large, okay, how do I say this? Well,
Anyway, yeah.
I think I'm gonna bore Nakil, I'm gonna bore a lot of people. I can't spin so many plates at once myself. So I'm thinking about the conversation I'm having with you. I'm not even engaging with my
Oh, it's
friends.
okay. I'm trying to keep an eye on the chat too, so I'm sort of like sometimes the problem is I'm sort of confused about something. I'm like, wait, what's going on? Something.
I really can't spin so many plays at once. I'm very sorry, guys. Right, right. So here's my point. Right, um, do you know Stockholm syndrome?
Yes.
Okay, is love, falling in love, voluntary Stockholm syndrome? We are talking about climbing the ladder. How all these things are just falsehoods that are just figments of our imagination. Uh, I hear that I can trap somebody who doesn't love me, but over time, some things develop right there. It's like monogamy. Is monogamy forced Stockholm syndrome?
So the first thing I was going to say, I could add to that, I can't remember exactly, but I have a feeling that what it describes is actually like they've redefined it and changed like that. I'm not sure if Stockholm syndrome is actually a term that they use studying at
Okay.
the moment, but
Okay.
um, I think sort of it's one of these things where like what defines sort of Stockholm syndrome, and I've sort of put it out something like it's the idea of like that you shouldn't. Someone's calling me. So, yeah, the sort of it's, I can't remember. It's something to do with like it's basically it's like getting attached or having sort of positive emotional feelings in a situation we usually have negative, and to do with the closed situation you have to see. So it's very acute to the being trapped in that situation. That's part of the formation of the feelings that being outside of the normal what you would develop in that kind of situation. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I think it's like one of these things where like I think everybody is varying degrees at sort of the whim of their of emotion and mind kind of thing. And this is all like my thing about like people when I like I sort of even if people do sort of bad things, I have a lot of empathy for them and stuff because like people are just kind of acting like people. So it's like yeah, like I mean you could sort of look at it that way. It's kind of like a long term developed thing. But I think that the key differentiation is like if you're forming like feelings or attachments because of positive things, there's just like that would be just normal healthy peer bonding stuff. But it's like if you're in a situation where it's like harmful or like where the I guess being trapped in some way is probably the biggest defining factor. Like if you're trapped in a relationship, I think that there's sort of stuff in there that's like you have to look at every part of like oh I love this person. It's like but you love them, but is that partially influenced by this sort of thing and that sort of stuff? Like it makes it a lot more complicated.
Hear me
But I feel
out.
like I answered that question though. I feel like I waffled.
Yeah, yeah, a lot, a lot. Hear me out because I like Robert Greene and the art of seduction and things like that. That is like it's really parallel to Stockholm syndrome. Like if you are trying to,
Yeah.
yeah,
So if you're trying to actively use psychology against people, then I think that's a little bit shady. But I think a lot of it comes down to intent. If you're doing it just to get something for yourself, then yeah, that's like a shitty thing to do. But if you're trying to sort of like like oh I'm gonna buy this person something nice because they'll appreciate it and then maybe that'll endear them to me. I think that's like there's a line somewhere in there which
yeah,
changes from being like a selfish act, in
yeah.
which case it starts being like not good sort of thing versus just trying to you know
But
basically develop a rapport with someone.
but there's something there, isn't it? The or it
Oh yeah,
shares,
no, like
yeah,
if you yeah, so I think there's like, but also the big thing about it to me as well is that all the pickup artist stuff, it's like it's mostly bullshit. Like the science that they reference and a lot of that stuff, it's like yeah, there's something in the validity of the thing, but that only works in like that scientific vacuum. It's just like like this works in this setting, but you're never in that setting. There's so many other variables going on, sort of thing. Like yeah, it's very complicated stuff I think, but it's also like not as reliable as they make it out to be. It's like these people aren't using all these techniques. They're just like smooth talking, fucking mofos. It's just kind of it's like this works for them. It doesn't mean it's gonna work
it's
for you.
gonna
And
work.
even
Oh
if it
yeah,
works for them, that doesn't mean that it's good. Yeah.
you're right. You're right. Oh, okay. You see why I like Will so
Yeah,
much.
yeah.
I have these every time I'm at that age in my life where all these silly little factoids that I've been gathering all my whole life, they're starting to make sense. They're
Mm,
starting to correlate, starting to link and stuff like it. So it's kind of funny when I hear Steven Pinker talk or Robert Greene talk. I'm like, wow, I've heard something like that before. Isn't that related to that thing and the other thing?
mm.
And I go on exploring things like that. That's why I have to urge you, my friend, please, 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 please consider starting your podcast, starting a channel,
Yeah,
you know.
add a voice to the chorus of information.
Yeah, and I think a friend of mine is in China. He tells me that a lot of people to make money, he teaches English on the side. He's furthering his studies
Mm,
in China. So to make money, he teaches English. I'm like, really? You are not prepared. You didn't go to school to be a teacher. He's like, yeah, I could easily just be a translator. English is the Chinese
yeah.
people are trying to. So just that little skill, the fact that you know English, is something that you can convert into money.
Well,
Hello.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
y-
sorry, I did like it for a sec.
okay. So I'm kind of in that space where you're like, you might take the knowledge you have amassed so far for granted, but for somebody else, it's
Mm,
like it's everything. It's like, oh, you know that? How do you know? Well, that in English,
yeah.
like, no, I know English. I've been speaking English my whole life, right? You don't need to go
Mm,
for further training to teach people English. You can just say this word is this word is that, right? This thing is that,
yeah, yeah.
right? So that's why,
It's ironic you use that example because one of my exes before my current relationship, she actually she was living in Korea. She was American originally. She was living in Korea, teaching in Korea, but she was also on a side thing teaching English
eh,
as a second language to
yeah.
people in China. So it's like
Oh,
this thing of like this. Yeah, there's so much opportunities for that specifically. Yeah.
yeah. So, eh, so that's what I'm just talking about in terms of getting a channel.
Mm,
Yeah, you just spew out things that you find interesting, little things, because for other people, I think I've watched Discovery as a little kid, right? I've watched
mm,
Mythbusters, I've watched all these things. And when you talk about how arachnids move, how spiders move, I'm like, yeah, that makes sense, right? Have I seen that
mm.
somewhere? Is that so? All these things that you have inside of you.
That totally sounds like a MythBusters thing. Like
It
it's like,
sounds
oh
like a
yeah, spiders
Mythbusters
can
thing,
have
right?
belly pressure. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. It's like take it for granted. I like this thing that fire can burn itself. You are supposed to let the markets tell you what you have. If you come to the market and sell whatever terrible product you have for $100, we say no, we don't want to buy it for that much. $10 or $2,000. Fire can burn itself. You're not aware of yourself or what you have, but we are in a position to tell you that, oh, okay, this is valuable or this is terrible. Stay away from that content. So whatever it is that you'll be putting out there, whether it gets 10 views, 100 views, it's all just data. Over
Mm,
time, you'll coalesce it into something that, oh, okay, so I can do this way. It gives something to people who watch the videos. It gives something to me also, right? So
yeah.
I'm not that person who likes doing these unboxing things. I think I stick to a couple of channels on YouTube. I don't want to copy what other creators are doing, right?
Mm,
I just want to do me. Just keep putting things out there that are me oriented and my customers, my clients oriented.
yeah.
You don't want to be
Well,
some weird.
see, this ties back into the thing you were talking about before. People, like the stuff like the pickup artist stuff when you're sort of doing things like that. It's like, so like with all that sort of stuff, it's like you don't want to do that because yeah, okay, it works. What if it, like if that was if it did work or whatever. It's
Yeah,
like you really want to be putting on that act for your whole life. It's the
yeah,
same thing with YouTube. It's like if you're making stuff that you're interested in, you're not ever going to be like, I mean, it's going to be still going to be work at some stage depending on what you're making and stuff. But it's like if
exactly,
it's something you enjoy first,
exactly,
then it's going to be easier than trying to constantly push a rock up a hill or something. It's like, oh, this is what they want, but I don't hate making it.
exactly. That's why I like the philosophy. First of all, I like Buffett. Buffett says when he values companies before he buys stock, he doesn't look up the share price and go try to calculate it because it has some influence on him. When he likes a company, he just
Mm,
tries to value it by himself. And if the
yeah,
value he comes up with is relative to whatever the value is, if it's lower, he knows, oh, this thing is overvalued. If it's much higher, it's like, oh, this thing is undervalued. He doesn't allow
mm.
these external influences to,
He doesn't let like the thing influence him before he can
yeah,
find his own opinion.
yeah. So I'm using that concept. I'm also using
Mm,
the concept of I'm out to make friends. I'm out to be friendly with Will, with all these guys. And then
Yeah.
the deal is to take you guys along. Okay, I like spiders. This is what's interesting about spiders, right? Because at
Yeah.
school, when you have your friends or at want to do some Me Too thing that they would otherwise get somewhere else or something like that. That's how I'm kind of looking at
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why I keep. Uh, I don't know if you follow Gary Vaynerchuk on social media. Oh, nowadays he's big on CNN. I don't know why they keep inviting him back.
Nope. Brandy's back.
Sorry.
Brandy's back.
Oh, somebody's back that side. Oh, Brandy,
No,
Brandy.
but Brandy's back.
Oh, I'm not
Yeah.
looking at the chat, dog. Oh, Brandy, hi. Oh my goodness.
Nick still was talking for a while. He was wanted me to like help address how to move from India to Australia, and I'm just like, it's hard at the best of times to move to Australia with some like the tightest immigration stuff in the world outside of our particular like immigration stuff. But
Okay.
it's like impossible at the moment. Like this is one of the things I was like, it's like if I leave Australia, I'm concerned I won't be able to get back in, let alone trying to move like for work.
Oh, all right. Oh, hey, Brandy.
Sorry.
Brandy, can, can you spot Incrementum's voice?
Yeah, I'm on the stream now.
Yeah, Incrementum is online. We finally got him to speak up. He's been typing a lot. Now
This is gonna be weird later.
he's been typing a lot. Now we got him to
I guess
speak.
this is gonna be weird later because cause like when I like if I'm gonna watch this back later, because I always think I sound really weird from other people's perspectives.
Yeah,
Because one of the things is like when you're talking, like you hear yourself like in your ear, like the
yeah,
voice coming out your mouth. You also hear like the vibrations of the sound through your body, so
yeah.
it never sounds the same.
Yeah, Incrementum is becoming a co-host. I think I want to convince him to do his own podcast. So as soon as he gets comfortable, you guys need to go follow uh, Incrementum and let him do his stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway,
Yeah. Go on.
Gary Vaynerchuk. I was asking you about Vaynerchuk. Do you know Gary Vaynerchuk?
I don't have a Twitter account. I
Gary
don't
V.
have Facebook. So
Oh.
I have like if it's not something on YouTube, I very rarely know anything going on
Oh,
social
okay.
media. I keep willfully ignorant because most of it's silly.
Yeah. No, there's this guy. You know, he's a big social media guy, guru, whatever. But he he's decent, and basically he's saying if he had any influence over everybody right now on the planet, is transfer all the content that you've been making on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or whatever, put it on YouTube. You don't need to be making
Yeah.
millions. At least they're paying you for your content. It's out there. It's whatever. At least you have a chance to make $100 out of it, and that's more than what Facebook is willing to give you, and they're making bukaki money out of whatever, out of having you on that platform. So I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, but that's interesting. Why is everybody running towards
Facebook.
Instagram? Yeah, right.
I think okay, so I think that it's sort of one of these things where each different social media platform is a little bit different in its ecosystem and how you can utilize it to build like a broader presence. Like what I've heard about Facebook is I don't really know exactly like the dynamics of it, but a lot of people seem to post like clips of their content or like shorter form versions, and it's kind of like it's sort of like, hey, you like this? Come check out my YouTube channel. Like it's kind of like an entry point for a lot of people to bring in new audiences.
Yeah.
And
No.
I think that's because like Facebook's leaning more towards that interpersonal sharing stuff versus just like, oh, I stumbled across this in the algorithm.
Yeah, no, definitely. If you're doing, if you're on all these platforms for that, fine. It's like a funnel, right? It's a marketing funnel to attract more viewers or whatever. But in terms of just having a personal account where you just share about politics in your country, movies and stuff like
Yeah.
that, it's just your personal thing there. I think you could just as easily do that on YouTube, and over time the following, your friends, everything, at least you'd be making. And he was saying he doesn't see, he sees it very, very reasonable that somebody could make like 50K a year or something like that. And that, that's not nothing, isn't it? but
Yeah.
but it'll take some time. It's just that people come onto this platform with huge energy. Like, I want to make money now, 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 now. No, like, chill. Just build a
Yeah.
community, build friendships. You know, just chill
Yeah.
and just tell
Yeah,
people your
I
point of
think a
view.
lot of people are sort of tempted by that whole like I can make money and I don't have to leave my house. It's just like yeah, but it takes a while, you know. It's like
Yeah,
you don't just get the money straight away because you just made a YouTube account.
yeah, and it's the same. I think people on Facebook have loads of, unless you make your account private or something, you always find friends, and there's always something to talk about. People trying to sell you stuff. So that's why I'm once that came up in my mind, I'm like, yeah, why is everybody running towards Twitter? Everybody will monetize on your content, will monetize on you being on that platform. Why can't you just make uh 20 20 cents on a dollar for every time
Mm.
a platform makes monetizes you and your content, right?
I think one of the ways you got to look at like YouTube and like just even just like any kind of making money through like that like different social media stuff, whatever. Like if you're looking at doing it like as a job kind of thing, you've got to kind of approach it like you should approach stocks. Anything with when you come in stocks, like you shouldn't go stocks like I was going to make you a lot of money. Any money you're putting into it, you've got to be willing to lose that money
Ah,
kind of thing.
yeah.
So like whatever you're investing in your YouTube channel,
Ah,
you
yeah.
can't be like banking on it paying off or something like that. You've got to assume that you go in and it's just going to not go anywhere potentially, but
Yeah.
you've got to be prepared to make that sacrifice. But you know, it's gambling essentially in a lot of ways. It's like you're hoping that
And
what you have to say speaks to people. Yeah.
and hence why I didn't come off the gate buying cameras, lighting equipment. I was just like, let
Yeah.
me see what this is
Yeah.
first, right? I wonder if
Yeah.
I don't want to get those frustrations off the bat. Like, I made this really cool video. It took me 10 hours to edit some silly 2 minute video, and nobody's watching. No, no, no. I can't waste my time. Oh my God, Brandy's falling in love with. What about my voice? Come on, Brandy.
I love your voice.
Uh, oh, okay. So it's cool. Why haven't you had kids yet, Will? Is it because you're still busy watching
uh,
Dragon Ball?